We've been hard at work behind the scenes and it's finally here, the new and improved garden planner. Save yourself time, effort and guesswork while maximising the growing potential of the space you have. It's powerful stuff. Come on, let me show you how. Our garden planner is an incredibly advanced and yet refreshingly easy to use tool that'll have you planning your garden like a pro in next to no time. The new version improves on the classic garden planner, combining all the best features with a clearer, more intuitive interface. When creating an account, we set the location of our garden. The planner then uses this to find your nearest weather station and set your first and last frost dates, which it will then use to recommend planting dates and estimate harvest times local to you. Gardeners growing in a microclimate can manually adjust these dates for even better accuracy, while those in hot climates can split the growing season into two in order to avoid raising cool season crops in the heat of summer. Once this is set, we can go ahead and open the new garden planner. We're now ready to begin planning. We choose a name for our new plan, enter the year, then enter the plan's dimensions in either metric or imperial units, and off we go. If you have a very large garden, you may want to create a separate plan for each area. Let's start with the basic structural elements to our garden, positioning the paths, beds and containers that will form its bare bones. Objects are easy to resize, move about and orientate, so we can get everything just so. We can include essentials such as compost bins, water barrels and sheds. Then draw out the layout of any growing aids like irrigation lines and plant supports. Now for the plants, of which there are hundreds of vegetables, fruits, herbs and flowers to choose from. One of the garden planner's powerful advantages is that it calculates the optimum number of plants that may be grown in a specific area, eliminating wastage. This automatically adjusts as we draw out rows or blocks, and the coloured area behind the plants shows how much room they need to grow without being overcrowded. The accompanying plant list, just click up here to view it, synchronises in real time to show us exactly how many plants we'll need for each crop. We can also check their recommended spacings and, moving along here, refer to a month-by-month calendar of recommended planting times specific to your garden's location, both indoors and out, and likely harvest dates. Select the next tab along for the parts list to view all of the equipment you'll need to bring our plan to life, especially handy when starting a new garden or including elements with lots of component parts, such as irrigation. Adding crop protection such as a cold frame or greenhouse is a great way to extend the growing season. The garden planner knows this too. Let's drop a cold frame onto these lettuces and see what happens when we head back to the plant list. There, we can see that the planting dates for the lettuce in the cold frame are now earlier than the lettuces without protection, while harvests both start sooner and finish later due to the extra protection. Followers of square foot gardening are taken care of by the garden planner. Just toggle on to SFG mode up here and the app works out exactly how many plants can be grown in each square foot. We can pop in square foot crops, then whenever we need to, switch back again to select and place standard spaced plants such as fruit bushes. We can have both SFG and traditional blocks or rows of the same crop on the same plan. Don't settle for just one round of crops a year. Hunger for more by planning succession or follow-on crops. To do this, we need to double-click plants on our plan and then set the in-ground dates. Once that has been done, we can view our plan in any given month and see precisely where and when gaps appear. Now we can pop in crops suited to planting in these months, or expand the filter options and select the suitable for autumn planting option for a range of late season crops. And look here, we can also filter plants to show just those that are easy to grow, frost tolerant, or that display some tolerance to shady conditions. The Drawing Tools menu is also where we find the game-changing companion planting feature, which will help us find perfect matches for our plants. We simply select a crop on our plan, then hit the Show Companions button. The Plant Selector now shows the very best companion plants to grow alongside it. Now how about that? Get back to the full list by clicking the button again. At the end of the season, we'll want to create a follow-on plan for next season. But what about crop rotation? Well, watch this. Let's click on the New Plan button over here. We toggle on the Create Follow-on Plan option, then select the plan we'd like to work on. Let's stick with our current plan. And there, we can see that the app automatically populates our follow-on plan with all our layout and perennial plants. Now look, the Garden Planner keeps a record of which crop grew where. Select a plant, and areas occupied by the same crop family in the previous season show up red, so we can avoid growing there and thwart any lurking soil-borne pests and diseases. The Garden Planner shows crop rotation warnings for up to 5 years of past plans. How cool is that?
The Garden Planner is incredible, but don't take my word for it. Try out our completely free 7-day trial. I've popped a link to it down below. And check out this playlist on how to plan a vegetable garden. It's bulging with advice to help your garden be the best it can.